The lurking Specter of Avaloria. In the kingdom of Avaloria, where the rolling emerald hills met ancient, whispering forests, tales of valor and mystery wove through every cobbled street and mossy stone. Among the proud tradition of the Royal Guild of Knights, young Sir Rowan had finally earned his promotion, a hard-won honor that marked the beginning of his destiny. With a heart full of both trepidation and determination, he prepared for his very first mission, to track down and vanquish a ghostly menace that had long haunted the villages on the outskirts of the realm. For years, villagers in the remote hamlet of Briar's Edge had whispered in hushed tones of a spectral figure, a wraith-like being that crept through the night and stole away their children. This sinister presence, known in local lore as the Lurking Specter, left a trail of despair in its wake, and even the bravest souls trembled at its name. Now, with the king's solemn decree echoing in his ears, Sir Rowan set out with his faithful companion, a diminutive but fierce pet dragon named Phyrus. Phyrus was no ordinary creature. With scales that shimmered like molten silver under the moonlight and eyes that glowed with an inner fire, the little dragon had been a constant companion since Rowan's days of rigorous training. Together, they had spent countless hours honing their skills in the royal courtyard, Rowan mastering the ancient art of swordplay and Phyrus learning to channel bursts of magical flame. Their bond was forged in the crucible of duty and dreams, a silent promise that they would always stand as one against the encroaching darkness. On the eve of his departure, as twilight bled into night, Sir Rowan bid farewell to his family and mentors. The old knight, Sir Merrick, placed a comforting hand on his shoulder and whispered, "Remember, true strength comes not from the sword in your hand, but from the courage in your heart." With those parting words echoing in his mind, Rowan and Phyrus embarked on a journey that led them beyond the familiar, into lands where legends were born. Their path wound through the ancient verdant wood, a forest so dense and eerie that even the moonlight struggled to pierce its canopy. The rustling of unseen creatures and the distant hoot of owls accompanied their every step. In quiet clearings, Rowan would pause, his eyes scanning the gloom for any sign of the elusive specter. The villagers' accounts had painted a picture of a ghostly figure draped in tattered robes, with eyes that burned like dying embers, a creature that moved silently among the shadows, leaving behind only fear and unanswered questions. After days of following whispered rumors and scattered clues, the duo arrived at the ruins of an old shrine, a forgotten relic of a bygone era. Ivy clung to crumbling stone, and the air was thick with an ancient magic that prickled on the skin. It was here, amid the remnants of lost faith and faded glory, that Sir Rowan felt the weight of destiny settle upon him. Every fiber of his being urged him to confront the darkness, to bring light back to a land long shrouded in despair. Night fell heavy and silent as Rowan and Phyrus set up camp near the ruins. The stillness was soon broken by a soft, sorrowful cry, a sound that chilled the blood and spoke of hidden anguish. Following the plaintive wails, they discovered a small, trembling child hidden beneath a crumbling archway. With gentle words and the reassuring glow of Phyrus's warm flame, Rowan comforted the child and learned that the abductions were not random acts of cruelty but the work of a malevolent force that preyed on the vulnerable. It wasn't long before the spectral figure revealed itself. Out of the swirling mists emerged the Lurking Specter, a gaunt, otherworldly presence whose form seemed to shift and waver like smoke caught in a breeze. Its eyes glowed with an unnatural light, and its voice, when it spoke, was a chilling echo that reverberated through the ruins. In that fateful moment, the ancient shrine became a stage for an epic confrontation. The battle that ensued was a tumult of clashing wills and ethereal energy. Sir Rowan charged forward, his enchanted sword, an heirloom inscribed with runes of protection, arcing gracefully through the air. Yet the specter was no ordinary foe. It moved with an eerie fluidity, dodging his strikes and retaliating with spectral tendrils that seemed to sap his strength and resolve. For every blow Rowan landed, the ghost would reform in another flicker of darkness, leaving him grappling with the uncertainty of whether his efforts would ever truly matter. Desperation crept in as the specter's relentless assault began to wear him down. The ruins echoed with the clash of metal and the hissing bursts of Phyrus's fire, but it was clear that conventional force alone would not suffice against such a foe. In the midst of the struggle, memories of Sir Merrick's words surged within him. It was then that Rowan realized the answer lay not in brute strength but in the unity of his spirit with the magic of his blade. Channeling every lesson learned during long hours of solitary practice under starlight, Rowan closed his eyes and steadied his breathing. In that suspended moment of clarity, he recalled the ancient incantations taught to him, a secret technique that allowed his sword to blaze with the light of hope and determination. With Phyrus circling overhead, releasing sparks of brilliant flame to distract the specter, Rowan re-engaged with renewed vigor. His movements became a harmonious dance of light and steel, each swing of his sword resonating with a power that transcended mortal limits. As the final confrontation reached its climax, the enchanted blade found its mark. In a surge of radiant energy, Rowan's strike cut through the specter's shifting form. The ghost let out a piercing wail, a sound that mingled with the night wind as its essence dissolved into the cool, dark air. In that singular triumphant moment, the lurking specter was banished, its hold over the innocent shattered by the courage and skill of one determined knight. In the aftermath of the battle, dawn broke over Avaloria with a promise of healing and hope. Sir Rowan, with Fira steadfastly by his side, gathered the rescued children and led them back through the verdant wood to Briar's Edge. The villagers, who had long been gripped by fear, emerged from their homes to welcome their young heroes with tearful gratitude and resounding cheers. The Royal Guild, too, heralded Rowan's victory as a beacon of what true valor could achieve. That day, as the golden light of morning bathed the land, Sir Rowan was celebrated not merely as a skilled swordsman, but as a guardian whose heart burned with the light of compassion and duty. His journey had taught him that every knight's strength lies in the harmonious blend of relentless training, unwavering hope, and the deep bonds of friendship, bonds that, like the gentle glow of Pyrrhus's flame, could guide even the darkest of nights. And so, with his sword at his side and his loyal dragon by his heart, Sir Rowan stepped forward into a future filled with both challenges and promise, a future where every shadow could be dispelled by the enduring light of courage.